What's up, guys? AV Trades here with another video. So I always get asked the question on how did I come up with this whole scalping strategy, right? Like, how can I just be in the markets for 30 to 40 minutes and go about my day, right? So pretty simple. There's three types of trading, right? So you're either a swing trader, where you're holding trades for, days, hours, or weeks at a time. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes even months. I've seen guys. Or you're a day trader, where you're literally only in there for a few hours and that's it. You're out. Or you're a scalper, where you're in the markets for 30 minutes, an hour, maybe even 2 hours max. But that's literally max, right? So I developed this strategy based on the fact that, like, I don't want to be in front of the charts a whole entire day, right? So trading is something that's supposed to bring you freedom, right? So I want to be able to enjoy that freedom. Like, I don't want to be, tied to a charts all day, or neither do I want to have the stress all day of having to manage an open trade throughout the whole entire day or days or whatever the case may be. So that's how I kind of developed the whole, I just want to trade between 30 to an hour, 30 minutes to an hour max, and I want to go about my day because it kind of helps me, mentally just disconnect from this. You know what I'm saying? So I go and do things that I enjoy doing, such as, the gym, such as spending time with my friends, could be golfing, could be whatever it is that I have to do, right? But this strategy, reason why I develop it is for those reasons, to bring freedom and actually enjoy it. Because I feel like if you're tied to charts all day, or, on your phone having to manage a trade the entire day, then what freedom do you really have? You know what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm saying? I know some people might try to say, oh, but it's just manage a trade. Yeah, but you still needing to do that. Meanwhile, I could just come on the charts, trade for 30 minutes to an hour, and literally just go about my day. Don't have to think about this again throughout the whole entire day, right? So let's actually get on the charts now, so I could really, break it down for you guys and kind of, give you guys a real look on how we develop this strategy, right? So I always like to start on a higher time frame, right? Such as the weekly. So here we have US 30, which we'll be breaking down right now for you guys, right? So for those that's been following me and are in my free Telegram or in my academy or whatever the case may be, by the way, free Telegram link down below. Make sure you guys are in there. That's where I'll post anything trading related. You know what I'm saying? It goes strictly there. You know what I mean? So make sure you guys are in there as well. But yeah, let's get to this, right? So let me show you guys my real charts real quick before we even get this started. Look at this. This is beautiful, bro. I've literally been calling these things. Matter of fact, let me see my other chart. Where's my other chart? Is it this one? Literally called this before it even happened. Like, I think I'm pretty sure I have a video recording of this before it even happened. But let's move on. Let's get this started, right? So let's go to this one. Right? So I like to start on a weekly time frame, right? So on the weekly time frame, pretty simple. I just like to find areas, where I see price kind of touching the most. I'm not too focused on a weekly time frame because I'm not a swing trader. I'm not holding this for days, weeks, months. I'm in this for 30 minutes to an hour. So I mainly care for daily and lower. But I do like to look at the weekly, pardon me, just to have an idea of more or less how this week is going to turn out, right? So if I already know, for example, this was previous week. So when I did the breakdown, the previous week before last week, I was already bearish on US 30 due to the fact that I saw this bearish engulfing candle on the previous weekly time frame. So I'm like, you know what? There's a higher chance that this entire week coming up, we're mainly going to be looking for sells. So that's what the weekly kind of tells me. It kind of gives me an overlook of, okay, what am I mainly going to see throughout this whole entire week, which kind of helps me out because now every time I come on the charts, I know mainly, okay, they say I'm mainly bearish, for example, how it was last week that I was mainly just selling, right? It makes it easier because now when I come on the charts every day, I'm not really looking for buy opportunities. Like, I'm not really looking for price to, be rejecting of supports or bullish engulfing candles. Like, I'm not really looking for that. I'm mainly looking, for my bearish confirmations, basically, bearish engulfing candles, double tops, price broke a support. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what I'm looking for because I already know, okay, throughout this whole entire week, sales are going to be majority in control. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the weekly time frame kind of does for me. It just gives me that overview of, okay, what am I mainly looking forward to, right? So on this weekly time frame, I see that we have these lows here, right? And you guys will notice I do not like to put, my lines all the way at the bottom of the wicks, because not all wicks are the same size. So let's say I have a take profit, right, all the way to wherever I have this zone. So let's say I have this zone here, right? Let's say I have a take profit to this area, but price only comes, to where this previous wick came to. It's not fully going to reach my TP, so I'm going to end up being in a trade that was positive and then, reverse on me because, I just have the zone marked off wrong, which I see that mistake happen a lot in traders, which I used to do myself as well when I first started trading. But, over time you learn and you adapt and you see different market conditions, you know what I mean? So that right there is something that I've learned throughout the years. Is just, you better off putting it at the body of the candle. It's just much easier, much cleaner, and is a more for sure play than you putting it at the wick, right? So found that area on the weekly time frame. What other areas can we see? I see that these are the highs, right? So the highs and the lows. So I'm kind of like, in this range in this weekly time frame. What else am I seeing here? Kind of seeing price. Okay. See, we use this area over here, right? Resistance here, support all throughout here. So that right there is telling me, okay, that's an important area. So keep in mind, this will be, let's put this here. Let's call it weekly, right? Let's just put a W. Okay. So that's telling me, okay, that's what this purple line is, right? All right, so now let's go on a daily time frame. Nothing crazy. I don't have a specific like, oh, only 2 zones or 3 zones. No, it's just as many as I see. Every chart is different. You know what I'm saying? It's going to change every year, every month. You know what I'm saying? So it's as many as you see that look like, are important, then you more or less mark up, right? Because if I go back on this weekly time frame, yeah, I have all these zones over here, but like, bro, this is from 2022, bro. January of 2022. Now we're in 2021 here, like too long ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, cool, I could see it, but too long ago. I'm mainly more focused here that this is more like, okay, this is like beginning of this year, April. This is more like recent. So I much rather focus on the, the more recent, because again, I'm not a swing trader. I'm a scalper / you could call it day trader sometimes when I want to be, but mainly just scalping. I just want to be in the markets for 30 minutes, bro, and be gone, right? So, and I'm gonna explain to you everything, like as in like why these zones are important, which it will make more sense as I go lower on the time frames. Stay tuned. So we know this area is from weekly time frames, right? We know this is from weekly time frames, which we see here kind of played out, right? So okay, let's look for this weekly times. All right, so we see that we had a double top there. Let's put it green. Okay, this is for daily time frame. Okay, the green. So here we have a double top, which that's what caused this whole drop to the downside. Also on that double top, we got this neckline, which that's what makes it that M formation. So once that M formation gets formed, that neckline gets broken, that's how okay, price will continue to go lower, right? So we have that zone there. We also have this zone that we kind of used here as support and then came over here and used it as resistance. So that right there is telling me, okay, that's an area of importance. What else we have? Okay, cool. Have that. We have these lows right here, right? Cool. All right. What else can we see on this daily? This is a big gap here. So you always want to cover the gaps, because remember, I will explain why as we go lower on the time frames, right? So actually, I could even explain it right now. So this gap right here, right? For example, you guys see that it took 1, 2 full daily time frame candles for this gap to be, filled. I don't want that. I want these gaps, to be filled within an hour. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I find my entries. You know what I'm saying? That's how I get my entries. And then I get my take profit areas. For those that always wonder that from my previous videos, that's how I find my entries. And that's how I find the areas where I'm going to be getting out those trades, right? So right now, let's say I was to leave this zone like this would be dope if I'm a swing trader, for example, right? Why? Let's say I would have took a sell here. I would have had TP here. I'm already expecting, okay, this is going to take 2 to 3 days to fill up, which it did. 1, 2, 3 days basically to fill up this whole entire move here. That's cool if you're a swing trader. I'm not a swing trader. I'm a scalper. So to me, I want to find, more zones in between, which I will as we go lower in the time frames. Because right now in this daily, this looks like clean traffic. But as we go down the smaller time frames, you guys will see that we will find, more resistances and areas of importance, because there's those areas in every single time frame, right? So again, this is a very huge, zone right here. So I do want to find another area in this daily, to kind of make up for, okay, what's going on there, right? So I see this zone here, which we kind of used back here. So that's telling me, okay, if I go all the way back here, we use that zone support here. Currently we broke through it, which you'll probably see some type of reaction around the zone. Again, reason probably why this candle is kind of pushing upwards right now. Oh, I haven't showed you guys the date. Let me just delete these notifications. It is currently Sunday, October 29th at 9 p.m. So, market just opened about probably 3 hours ago. So that's that little minor push you guys see on this daily candle as of right now. So I do want to find, more zones, but right now I can't see any. So I probably got to drop on the time frames and then I'll be able to see some more zones. So that's basically what we got for this daily. So let's mark up this daily. Let's put this daily as, actually, let's go back on the weekly real quick, just so it could all be even, because I really hate when things are not even. So let's put daily here, boom. That's gonna be here, right under, so that way we see. Okay, let's go to this 4 hour. All right, here we're gonna see some more action, right? So now on this 4 hour, right? Now we get into it. All right, so there's a big gap, man, which is really bothering me. So let's see if we could find, what areas can we find in this 4 hour? Okay, I already see some. All right, so I see that price kind of has reacted around this area a lot here. So let's switch that color to, let's put it blue. Actually, no, that's too close to that purple. So let's make it orange. All right, cool. So orange is 4 hour. So as you guys see, we use this area here around resistance again, more resistance, more. Now we broke above it. It was support, broke above it again, support. So that's telling me, okay, that area is somewhat of importance. So if we go back over here, have we reached that area yet? Oh, this is the area that we kind of have extended to, and price now is reacting from, right? So let's see if we could find something to fill in this gap here. Let's go left. Okay. Okay, I could kind of see this zone here, right? Boom. So as you guys see, we use that as, we dropped from over here all the way down here. We traced perfectly to this zone, then dropped again. Then same thing, once we broke above it, we used it as support, which was resistance back here. And then, once we broke above it, I could see already in this 4 hour, you see this wick, we kind of extended down here, retested it, and then shut up from there. Okay, great. How about in between this? There's a pretty fat gap. Let's see if we could find a few things. What we got here? Okay, we have definitely, this zone here, which kind of want to use it from up here. Let's use it from there. That's telling me, support back here, resistance all throughout here, support over here. That's perfect. Okay, clean here. Boom, boom. And we have this zone up here as well. Let's put that in there. See support here, resistance, then support again. Then price broke below it. Price kind of came up trying to retest it and then drop from there. So, okay, so now I have all my zones marked up on this 4 hour, right? Now let's go to the real time frames that I'm telling you guys, right? So the hourly, right? Like I said from the beginning, I'm in a trade an hour max, right? So it's usually between 30 minutes to an hour, sometimes even less than 30 minutes, but for the most part, it's 30 minutes to an hour, right? Now it makes more sense, right? Now these gaps make more sense, right? Now, let's say for, this whole entire thing to fill up from here to here, it could take a few hours. Now it'll probably take 3-4 hours, right? For example, look, this is 1, 2, 3 candles and it's basically full. So 3 hours, you know what I'm saying? So now we're getting a little warmer. So now it's like, okay, now okay, if I enter in a trade here, right, I put stops right below this area, I could target up here. It might take 3 hours, but you'll get a nice, 1 to 4, 1 to 5 risk to reward within this zone. But at least now you understand where the hell do you get your entries and where the hell do you get the hell out to trade. Because if you don't know those two answers right there, it's tough. You know what I'm saying? It's really tough. You got to know when to get in the market and when to get out of the market. That is key. Without that right there, yeah, you could, be a great trader or whatever, but you really trading type loss because you don't know where you're heading. You don't know, when to get in the move, or that's how you get FOMO. Sometimes you get fake outs, in the opposite way, and you try to get those because, oh, it might be this way, but it's actually the opposite way because, again, you don't know when to get in. And then once you're in the trade, now you're like, oh my God, when should I close? Like, I'm up at tomorrow. Should I close now? Bro, chill. You have your zone markup. You know where you headed. Just chill. It's part of the process. You know what I'm saying? So that right there gives you more peace while you're trading. And that's what you kind of want, because with peace while trading is when you trade smartly. You know what I'm saying? You're not trading with emotions. Remember, emotions and trading do not mix. Why? Because there's money in between. And when money's in between, when money's in the picture, emotions could get a little tricky. Let's put it that way, right? So you want to be able to eliminate emotions, right? How you do that? By understanding and having a plan on, how you're going to execute the trade. Because again, finding these zones that, what's support, what's trend, what's resistance, that shit don't change. That's the same. You guys literally see me break down this whole entire chart, right? What changes is what's your approach? Like, how are you going to handle that trade? When are you going to get in? When are you going to get out? You know what I'm saying? How many times are you going to trade that? What lot size are you going to use? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's going to dictate how that's going to play out for you. You know what I'm saying? It's not I have a trend here. This is all cool. This is 20% of it. But the other 80 is what, psychologically, again, how you're going to manage that trade, how you're going to get in and out that trade. And if you guys have not seen my previous video where I kind of gave you guys a whole blueprint on how to get started to see that profitability you guys are looking for, make sure you guys go watch that video, because that video is amazing. I think that's probably one of my most favorite videos that I have ever recorded. So make sure you guys go watch that, so you guys can kind of have, an insight of, okay, how can I go about starting to become profitable, right? All right, so let's get to this. I'm getting carried away sometimes talking about, it's all good. All right, so going back to this, right? Looking at this hourly right here. This hourly is not really telling me much. I think we already found all our zones that we more or less needed to find. Let's go on a smaller time frame. Let's go on this 30. Remember, this structure on every single time frame. Every single time frame. Okay, so for example, on this 30 time, now when we get under an hour, I don't like to use lines anymore. I like more or less to use, this square right here. This to me is like one of my best friends while trading. I don't know why. I just like it. Why did I just outline that zone? So you guys see double bottom right here. Reject it. It's telling me something. Then resistance here. It's telling me something. So I'll keep that area in mind in this 30-minute. Okay, what else we have here? We see that price pushed up, came down, retraced somewhere around here, used it as a support, and then from there have built a bullish engulfing candle during this, few hours that market's been open. So that's telling me, okay, there. So this is pretty much all I need now. So now I understand, okay, I'm in a bearish market, right? We had a bearish previous week, right? Great. So now it's two things could happen. Either price is going to retrace, it's due to the fact that we've had two back-to-back bearish weeks, or is the price going to continue coming down, to any of these other zones down here, right? So that's why I have kind of like these zones mark up. So now these are telling me, okay, come tomorrow morning, because remember, you want to trade within the session. I don't want to trade this London. I don't want to trade this Tokyo. I want to trade this New York, right? So during that session, right, if price is above this zone right here, if price is above this zone right here, somewhere here, I'm most likely probably going to take a buy towards this zone right here. Yeah, it's counter trend trading, but I already know, okay, price have found some type of a support here. I am still in a bearish market, but then again, remember, I'm not a swing trader. Like, I don't care if I make money on this buy, that happens for an hour or 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying? And then the following day, price tanked down here. Great. Now come back following day and I make money on the sales from down here. You know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of just trading for 30 minutes to an hour. You know what I'm saying? That the fact that I don't really care majority of like, it's gonna melt, it's gonna drop later in 3 hours, but right now it's just buying, but it's gonna drop in 3 hours. Bro, then I can make money right now, call it a day, come back tomorrow, catch the sales, and make more money and call it a day and keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you really see that consistency. You know what I'm saying? This is how you know when to get in. Again, I'm not getting in buys here with hopes of, oh my God, we're going to retrace the whole entire downtrend for the past 2 months. No, I'm really getting in somewhere around here above this support that we have formed here, which is, let's say I get in around this 400s, this area 600s. That's a light 200 points. I risk 50 points, gain 200 points. That's a 1 to 4. See you later. See you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So this is my strategy on, how I'm able to basically scalp every single day and catch these moves back and forth in the market, no matter whether we're in a bearish market, no matter if we're in inflation, fucking COVID, does not matter. And we're still going to make money, right? And why? Because I found a way of, just putting together something that I've seen it work for years now. It's what helped me get to where I'm at. It's what's helped hundreds of students that I've had along the way, reach a lot of their goals and see profitability in their trading. And it's the fact that I've been able to simplify this to this simple, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already know, okay, I'm going to get in the trade, let's say, for example, right? This is an example. Again, I'm not saying this is going to happen right now, right? But let's say, I don't know, let's say price comes up here, right? Boom, 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 right? Boom, right? Oh, boom. Price is over here. Then from this area, again, I'm already knowing, okay, I'm at a resistance zone. We're in a bearish market. It's already two confluences, right? Let's say during the session, then we get boom, bearish engulfing candle from that zone. Oh, baby, I'm hopping in sells. Easy. I'm hopping in sells somewhere here, putting my 50-point stop, boom, somewhere up there. And bro, I already know, okay, I could get out here, right? Which is a 1 to 4 basically right here. Or I could ride it to this support right here, which is a nice almost 1 to 6. You know what I'm saying? So that's how, you go about it, catch your trade, call it a day, come back tomorrow, see what price has done over the the course of the afternoon or the previous day, and boom, you catch whatever other move price is showing you. You know what I'm saying? So hope this was easy to understand. I hope you guys enjoy it. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment for sure if you guys, understand it, if it was easy to understand, if you guys like it. And yeah, guys, I hope, this strategy help a lot of you guys the same way that it has helped, a ton of my students reach that profitability level that they all, want. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys join the free Telegram, and peace. See you guys later.